Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here with a brand new unboxing. We have these beautiful bean paints to unbag. I'm really excited about this. I saw these advertised and I love buying new paints. I love trying new paints and yeah, so let's take a look and see what we have inside because I'm super excited about these. I'm so glad I found out that these even existed. I didn't know that they did. And yeah, I'm going to have to cut these open, I think. So it's got that double bagged envelope. So it's got lots of room. And so let's see. First off, we have a sticker for bean paints. Isn't that pretty? I like when people give me stickers. And we have a thank you. Thank you for supporting Indigenous family business. The paints you have just purchased are made with local Manitoulin wildcraft tree sap, hand-gathered, washed, and sifted Manitoulin stone, and the finest light-fast pigments. We strive to be plastic-free, and we make all of our packaging either hand-cut and sanded and repainted white, cedar, and birch, or wrappers. It's kind of cut off here. So anyway, miigwech, it says use code miigwech for your next order for 10% off. Miigwech means thank you in Ojibwe. So that's great. That's really great. As you can see their address right here on Instagram and their regular address. So this is a Canadian-made company, which I'm very excited about. I'm Canadian. I have a hard time sometimes finding things art-wise that are made in Canada. And I was just so excited to find these. And oh, look. They sent me a little card with some of their paint. That's really nice. We get to try this beautiful green color. Isn't that pretty? It's like a little paint dot. That is so nice. And the paper also feels nice. Yeah. Look how pretty that color is. I love green. So, let's move that wrapper so that my camera doesn't focus on the wrong thing. So here you can see it's wrapped in paper, which is awesome. Ta-da! Look how cute! Look how cute! It's a little birch bark panel. It's a little birch bark palette. Look how cute that is. So, and you know what this reminds me of? When my friend Rennie and his wife Laura got married, they had their cottage or camp next to ours on Lake Superior. His dad cut a bunch of little trees like this, only they were a little bit bigger, and some of them had neat shapes. And he varnished them, and he put a hole in the middle to put candles. So all of the tables had candles. Like some of them had one candle, some of them had 2 or 3. And at the end, everyone was invited to take them home. We still have ours. And I always thought that was really cool. And this is a real tree cut. Oh, it's a cut from a real tree. You can see the bark. That's birch bark. This paint palette by Beam Paints is their primary palette. It has strawberry red, almost night, and fall poplar yellow. Plus they sent me this little sample of green. And I don't know if it says on here what the color is. Oh, free sample of fiddlehead green. Isn't that nice? Fiddleheads are a fern that grows in our north woods, and they're really pretty. And they also are edible if you cut them when they're young. Yeah, they're really cool. So this is from Manitoulin Island, and this is a family-owned business, which is really awesome. So I'll hit the about so I can tell you. So it says here, Beam Paints is the result of multi-generational love of pigment, paint color, and innovation. I was raised by my artist parents, Carl Beam and Ann Beam, and was taught from a young age how to harvest hematite pigment in the La Cloche mountain range near our home in Michigan First Nation on Manitoulin Island. Beam Paints draws on my early education in indigenous pigment and expands it to encompass all paint traditions. A focus on high-quality pigment content creates sublime artist material with a plastic-free packaging. Beam Paint is 100% Anishinaabe owned and operated in our home reserve of Michigan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. First Nation, and we are happy to employ paintmakers and woodworkers, men and women from our communities, including Michigan, Sagamok, and Wemekong. Click on any of these articles to find out more. And then on their website, they have articles. So I will put a link down below in the description box to their website if you want to go check them out themselves. They have all kinds of palettes. This is just their teeny tiny primary palette. You can get a bigger piece of wood with like 11 different paints in it if you want. I think they have one with 7 different paints. They have so many. And you can also get little individual paints that I think they're called gems, but I'm not sure. Let me go back. Beam. They're called Beam Paint Stones. So if you want to just get single colors, and their names are really cool for the paint stones. And you can also buy paint stone palettes. I actually had a hard time deciding between the paint stone palette or the Birch Bark palette. And I decided to go with the Birch Bark palette because I love it. Like, I really love it. But I also really like their paint stone palettes too. And if I like this paint and it works as much as I'm really hoping it will, I would get their other palettes. So they have the primary trio in the other palette where they're individually wrapped, and I believe birch bark, and each paint is like a little, they look like little gemstones. So their primary trio is $1 more. It's $34, and this was $33. Or did I say 32? I don't know. I think it was $1 or $2 cheaper. So I'm cheap. And plus, I fell in love with this one first. This was the one that I saw first. So you can see they just have their little stamp on here. But they have a color, they have a palette called Beaver Pond that I would really like to get, but it's $130, so that's a lot of money for me. But that has 9 different colors, and listen to the names: Spring Green, Boreal Green, Sky Color, Rainforest, Lake Huron Teal, Harvest Wheat, Wintry Night, Wet Grizzly, and Robin's Egg. And as you can tell, they're mostly blues and greens with a yellow and a kind of a greeny gold in there. And just really beautiful. So they have a Mixing 6 palette that I almost got. It is, it comes with 6 different colors. Strawberry, Wild Cherry, Fall Popular, Yellow, Great Ocean, Almost Night, Limestone White, and I think I'm missing one. Anyway, go check out their websites. They have really, really beautiful colors. They have a Sparkle Spectrum. They have the Spectrum 11. They have the CMYK palette that I also almost got. It has Topaz Lake, Cherry Magenta, Grasshopper, and Mars Black. So I'm assuming I'm not sure what color the grasshopper is. Maybe, to me it looked like burgundy, yellow, blue, and a dark color. So I'm sure the dark color would be the Mars Black. The reddish color would be the Cherry Magenta. I'm imagining the Topaz Lake would be the blue, which means the grasshopper would be yellow. And I've never seen a yellow grasshopper, but that's pretty cool. So they have all different kinds of palettes. They have a thank you palette. They had a palette that I was really interested in, but it wasn't available anymore on their other, not their paint stones, but their wooden palettes. Let me see if I can go click on it and see. Yeah, they have all different kinds. They have a beautiful maple palette, which is a cutting of a maple tree, which maples are very special to me. We have a giant maple tree in my backyard that I've loved since I was a child. We moved to this house right before my 5th birthday. And out at camp, we have tons of white birch trees. And I used to pick the bark and try to write on them because I learned that it used to be used to make paper. You can get birch duos with just 2 colors. You can get sugar maple palettes. The Spectrum 11 is $75. It has 11 colors. I was very interested in that one. And they also have a child palette with it's $55 for 8 colors. And I almost got that one, but I didn't like the palette as much. It was just like a block of wood, like a rectangular shaped wood. And I liked this better. If they would have had that in like a bark piece, I would have, like this. I don't know what you would call this, like a tree cutting. I would have got this. They have a really beautiful turtle palette. So yeah, I really like the way they do their paints. And look how lovely that they gave me a little gift. And they gave me this little sticker. Now, and they are in Manitoulin Island. I'm in Sault Ste. Marie, so I'm further north than they are. I'm about a 4-hour drive, maybe 3.5-hour drive from them. So, but sometimes when I used to live in Toronto, I used to teach in Toronto. So when I would go to Toronto from my home in the Soo, I was always scared of the 401. So what I would do is I would leave Highway 17 and make the turn at Espanola, and then head to Manitoulin Island and get on the Chichimon, which is a ferry. And then the ferry would take me over, and then I could take the back roads to Toronto. And then just, it was a much longer drive, but let's just really basically go through farming country. And I could avoid the 401 altogether that way. So I used to do that quite often. Especially since I was often riding with a car full of animals. I had my bird, I had hamsters, I had my dogs. Like I always had all kinds of animals. Sometimes fish and turtles. So yeah. And it was really nice to get the break on the ferry. Because I could walk the dogs on the ferry and carry the bird in her little cat carrier. And yeah, or just sit in the car with everyone if I wanted to. But anyway, I'm super excited to try these paints. I can't wait to try them out. This feels like home to me, even though it's further south than where I live. I'm much further north. But yeah, look how cute this is. This is just the cutest thing. All right, guys, so I hope you like this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All of those good things that help me as a channel. And most importantly of all, take care. Stay safe. Happy crafting. Happy painting. Bye, guys.